Okay, in this first video we're going to be installing Visual Studio Code, which is the software we're going to need to code our website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So just go ahead and Google Visual Studio Code. This is the website you're looking for. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, Windows, Mac. Hit download. Once the installer is downloaded, go ahead and install that. I already have mine installed, so when you first start your Visual Studio up, it looks something like this. You might have this get started guide here. So that's step one, and we're halfway there. The next step is to set up a website folder. So I'd suggest you do that somewhere in your documents. So I'm going to set up a new folder. I'm going to call it website development. We won't put anything in there yet. We're going to go back over to VSCode and we're going to click open folder. We're going to head to that folder that we created and we're going to click select folder. What this will do is it will show all of the files in that folder whenever we start Visual Studio Code. So the first file we're going to create will be an index.html file. So you can click this select a language, search for HTML, hit OK. Let's write hello world, save. And when you save, you'll be prompted for a name of the file. Now, all first pages in websites are called index usually. So we've got our index page over here. You can close that, get started if you want. The next file we're going to create is in a different language. That one is called CSS. We'll talk about that later. We don't have to write anything in here. We'll save that and we'll call it styles. Don't use capitals. So we've got our styles.css and our index. And then one last thing that's probably worth doing now is heading back to your folder, website development folder, and we will add an images folder. All right. So in order to preview the website, we can do that in one of two ways. We can right click, reveal in Explorer or in Finder if you're on Mac, and then you can double click the index file, hello world. Doesn't look anything special at the moment. Now, it gets a little bit fiddly, constantly changing things, saving it and reloading it. It's not that bad. But recently I found a new extension for VS Code, and that's called Live Preview. And you can add that by heading to the Extensions tab, finding it, it's the top one here, clicking Install. And then if you close everything down, head back to your folder, open your index file again, what you actually have here is a live preview. So everything we type now will appear over on the right hand side. So I find that really, really beneficial whilst I'm developing. So I'd definitely recommend installing the live preview down the side there. So now we're set up, we've got our folder structure, we've got our CSS, we've got our index, and we've got our images folder. I think that's a good place to pause, and we'll get started in the next video. Thank you.